Annyeong, Uriman. It's really been a while. Okay, welcome back to the Inspo, and today something dragged me out of my cave, and that's the new latest movie flying around titled King of Tears. It's actually about my guy Kim Soo-HYUN. People decided to dub him the King of Tears due to his performance. I call it a performance. Due to his performance during his press conference, where he was busy bawling and crying. Kim Soo-HYUN. Okay. I am not joining others in calling him the King of Tears, despite his display. I would rather call him the boy who cried wolf. The boy who cried wolf. There's this thing about humans I don't like. I abhor it, I detest it, I ew. And that is their fickle-mindedness. Humans are so fickle. It's almost annoying if you let it get to you. And the more people that get to understand that most humans are fickle, the less pain we will feel as individuals when we notice people, exhibiting this trait. Humans can be quite fickle. When this drama started, right? The drama or the saga between Kim Soo-HYUN and the late Kim Soo-HYUN. I didn't want to dabble in it because I just didn't want to dabble in it. But then I saw something some time ago that made me write a piece about my take concerning the matter, and I was going to leave it at that until today. I saw something else that, I have to talk about it. Even though these days I said I don't want to talk anymore, but this matter, I have to talk about it. I laugh not because it is funny. I laugh because it's a reaction that my brain produces for whatever it is I am saying or whatever it is I'm thinking in my mind, not because it is actually funny. There is nothing about this case that is funny at all. King of Tears, Kim Soo-HYUN. I didn't even know his name until this whole thing started. Despite the fact that I like him, don't mind me. That's how I am sometimes. I must really like you to know a lot about you. So, Kim Soo-HYUN, that's his name. He's a Korean actor. He used to be the most paid, or the highest paid Hallyu actor until this whole drama started. I won't claim to know much about the whole story because, like I have said, I wasn't overly interested in what was going on. As such, I didn't do in-depth research into what actually happened and what is happening. It's just YouTube seem to know that he's my guy, so they tend to send those clips. The algorithm just brings them to my feed, and I just scroll past. But today I didn't scroll past. Just so you know, Kim Soo-HYUN is late. She died in February, precisely on Kim Soo-HYUN's birthday. She committed suicide. And most people are blaming the guy for her death because, according to them, his company, entertainment company, I think they asked the girl to pay one money the girl was owing them because they paid the girl's fine when the girl was involved in an accident some years back. Anyway, that's what some people are saying. Now, all that's their drama is not my problem. My problem inside this matter is different. Yeah, that reminds me. The main reason I didn't want to talk about this whole brouhaha in the first place was the fact that the girl herself in question is late. If she was alive now, said, okay, talking could, change the outcome of everything. But the girl is late. Anyway, that's by the way. Now, moving on to my main reason for this video. This morning, as usual, I was scrolling for what to listen to while I work in the kitchen, and I stumbled upon this guy that has been giving his own intake on the Kim Soo-HYUN and Kim Soo-HYUN saga, and I just clicked on it just to have something I'm listening to while I was working. And while the guy was talking, he said some things that I wouldn't say didn't sit well with me. It just made me realize once again that a lot of people don't understand some things, and we view things myopically. If we cultivate the habit of looking beyond the surface of things, we'll get a better understanding of things as they unfold. What do I mean? This guy in question, Kim Soo-HYUN, like, I didn't know his name until this whole wahala started. Even if I know his face, I've watched his movie, he's an actor I liked, I didn't bother getting to know his name because I'm not so that into him, if you know what I mean. Now, there was a time, I think I watched one of his movies some months back, like almost a year ago or so, and I saw a feed on YouTube that was talking about his life when he was younger. I clicked on it out of curiosity. I think that was when I just watched My Love from the Star or something. And I clicked on it out of curiosity, and I heard things that made me say, In the clip I was listening to today, the guy was emphasizing on how Kim Soo-HYUN was separating Kim Soo-HYUN the star from Kim Soo-HYUN the human. And he was making it sound like Kim Soo-HYUN was the latest Dr. Jekyll and Hyde. That is why I'm making this video. Because there's this part of me that went, how can you say that? As much as people are hurt that Kim Soo-HYUN is dead, I don't know Kim Soo-HYUN's state of mind, but there are some people that are not strong enough to stand out this backlash that he has been facing recently. And I was like, what if we wake up one morning and we hear that the latest person that has kicked the bucket due to another suicide is Kim Soo-HYUN? What will people say? Will the so-called fans begin to cry? Hey! Our star is dead. Or, like I mean, don't get me wrong. I am not saying anybody's wrong. I am not saying anybody's right in this matter. I am not saying Kim Soo-HYUN is innocent. Neither am I saying he's guilty. I'm not saying Kim Soo-HYUN is the injured party here. I'm not saying she's guilty. I'm not saying she's innocent. For me, it's let the blame lie where it should lie. Everybody has their own, how do I put it, cross to carry, so to speak. The girl in question, Kim Soo-HYUN, she has her own faults. People believe that it's not good to talk ill of the dead. But like I say, I don't see death the same way most people see death. So you can hear me talking about her like she's still alive. That's me. I don't believe anybody's gone, or the people that are dead. No. For me, they just transcended from this reality or this realm to a different realm that most of us don't even know anything about. But the fact that she's dead does not mean, or she has transcended, does not mean she's all pure. She was all innocent. She didn't have any role to play in all of this drama that is unfolding, that we are seeing. I'm not also saying that the boy is innocent. That's the Kim So-Hyun guy. I'm not saying he's innocent either. Of course. That's why I'm calling him the boy who cried wolf. He cried wolf. He is so guilty of lying. Like, guy, you date girl. Nothing gonna make you lie. It's not like when you dated her, it was a crime. According to your country laws, it was allowed. Your dating started at the age of 13, according to your laws. So it's not like you were committing a crime when you were doing it. So why lie? I understand you wanting to keep it a secret. But when it all came out, why did you lie? Anyway, now you study. For those of us that are crucifying Kim So-Hyun for being Dr. Jekyll and Hyde, for having his star persona different from his human, authentic self, I'd like to call our attention to one important fact. The fact is this: everyone has a brain, and our brains process things differently based on the kind of lessons life has chosen to teach us. Different people, different experiences. I was talking about Kim So-Hyun's clip I watched some months back. I think it's almost a year now I watched it. And in the clip, they told us about his sad past, how he has, I don't know if he's still alive, or how he has a famous father, how his father left his mother, how, all these sad stories that I know from experience would mess with your psyche as an individual. Most people know Kim So-Hyun the star. Nobody or few people know Kim So-Hyun the human. Again, I am not claiming to know much about him because, like I said, I didn't bother to do my research. However, I'm saying this because it is something I have come to understand from studying humans and the human nature in general. This is psychology. And this guy in question, he had a not so sweet childhood, meaning he has these shadows that he has, kept somewhere. I don't think he has dealt with them. From what he said in his press conference, it was obvious to me that he has not dealt with his shadow self. That is why he decided to separate himself into the human and the star, as opposed to merging them into one. His brain cannot do that from what he's saying. Some people are crucifying him for saying, he's saying if he has to go back to do things again, that he's going to do them the same way he has done them. Don't crucify him for saying that, because he's telling you his truth. He will still do those things again and again the way he has done them, because that is the only way he knows how to have done them. I'm saying this because there was a time I used to blame my father for how he treated me, how he treated my mom, how he treated my sister, until one day it dawned on me: you cannot give what you do not have. If you don't have it, you don't have it. You can't give it. He doesn't have it, so he can't give it. There is this thing my mother used to say to my father whenever she's really upset with him and he has done something that is, she'll be like, "Do you see, you don't get shame." My father will be like, shame. I don't get shame. It's in the carry shame too. Like, my father is a very shameless human being. And I think I have become as shameless as my father because I decided to use that shamelessness as a strength. When you don't have shame, right, it means you don't give a hoot about what people think or say about you. I seriously do not give a hoot about what people think or say about me. That notwithstanding, that I'm shameless does not mean everybody's as shameless as me and my father. No, and I get that. But it would help if we can, become shameless. Why am I saying this? Kim So-hyun is being villainated because of the so-called role he played in Kim Se-run's life. And he's being crucified for what he said. Like I said, he's saying he will do those things over again because that is what his brain is telling him he can do. He's not understanding the fact that there are probably different ways that he could have handled this situation. He doesn't get it. And I get that he doesn't get it. Personally, there are some things I know I just can't understand, no matter how much you try to explain to me. One of them is how the TV works. Television, how it works. I have zero idea how it forms the pictures and we get to hear the sound. There is no amount of explanation that you explain to me that will make me understand. Or how data works. I am paying for data. I'm able to use my phone to do all the different things. Like, there is no how you explain to me that I can understand how those things work. But I still understand that it's people that developed them. It's people that, put those things together and I can use them. I understand that. I've come to understand that I cannot know everything. And I'm fine with the ones I know and understand. That is why I'm telling you that Kim So-hyun, in his own understanding, he's telling you that he will still go back and redo those things the way he did them before because that is what his brain is telling him, that he can do that. There's nothing else that he could have done differently or better than what he has done. That is his own understanding. And I get it. Did he do the right thing or did he... That's not for me to say. That's not why I'm here. I'm here because I want people to understand something. Now, you put a person on a pedestal, that's Kim So-hyun the star, does not mean that he's no longer a human being. First and foremost, the star is a person. And a person is complex. A person isn't perfect. Kim So-hyun has done wrong, yes. But should he be crucified for it? I don't know. Kim So-hyun, I don't know about the different things that people are blaming you for. Personally, why I'm calling you the guy who cried wolf is the fact that you lied when this whole thing came out. And you're still lying. Guy, talk true now. Concerning your relationship with the girl, Kim Se-run. That's the only thing I'm holding against you. The fact that you lied that you were dating her when the family said you were dating her, like when she was still, younger than 17. And you're still lying. Guy, talk true. Say the truth and it shall set you free. Anyway, that's the only thing I'm holding against you. All that, you shouldn't have asked her to pay back money and all the blah, 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 that they're putting around the whole story. Those ones. In fact, the people blaming you, right? It's not like they are clean. Like Jesus would say, if you are without sin, be the first to cast a stone. These people that are blaming you, if you check their lives, they are even worse. They've done worse than you. What's my business with another person's relationship, Bikuni? If I keep telling people, as far as you are not coming to date me, you are not coming to marry me, it is not me. What is my own? It is when you are dragging me into the matter, that's when you see me, because my point in essence is these people that they are not clean. Anyway, Kim So-HYUN, because you're the boy who cried wolf, even if what you say now is true, people will not want to believe you. Kim So-HYUN, I know you've worked hard. Looking at where you started from, I know you've worked hard to get to where you are. But the truth of the matter is there's always a price to pay for whatever it is that we get. It could be very costly. You've risen so high. And because you've risen so high, if you fall, if you are not lucky and your fall gets, stopped, your fall will be very great. But it all depends on you, so to speak. My first advice is, guy, stop lying. Stop lying. Second advice, drop the lawsuit. I know you may want to defend yourself, but defend yourself against who? Is it against the so-called fans that have clamored against you? Is it to prove yourself right? Before whose eyes, if I may ask? I know it's not easy, right, to get to the point where I've gotten to where I no longer see it fit to explain myself to anyone, but it will help you to get to that point and get to that point fast, because explaining is just a waste of time. I say explaining is a waste of time because the people you're trying to bring to your side really don't care about your explanation. They've already judged you in their hearts. They've already gotten their own perception about you in their hearts. The people you're trying to buy over to your side, they don't really care about your explanation. Now, for those that really care about you, they don't really need your explanation, because to them, it matters not what may have prompted you to do it. You have done it, yes. It's an error, yes. Like I tell myself, there's no point crying over spilled milk. The milk is already gone. The next thing I ask myself is, what can be done to salvage the situation? Kim So-HYUN, stop trying to curry favors. Stop trying to buy people. The contracts you've lost them. The deals you've lost them. Take them as the consequences for your action, because like I said, every action has a consequence. It's either a reward or it's a consequence. There's always something to back it up. So just count this as part of your losses and move on. Do not drag the matter. Do not drag the matter, because the more you drag the matter, the more you drag yourself in the mud, the more you lose the value you managed to amass for yourself. Recently, something happened at my place of work where I was literally skewered, gutted, dragged, like serious dragging happened, where I became like the topic of discussion in a general meeting for more than 30 minutes, like I was dragged. All because I said my truth, a truth that most people were scared to say. After the meeting had ended, I had to go round apologizing to my bosses because my father's voice kept ringing in my head. My father always told me to apologize. Whether I'm right or wrong, I should be quick to say sorry, because apologizing does not get my garments torn. It won't take me anything to say sorry. So I always have that at the back of my mind. So despite knowing what I did wasn't bad, I went around to apologize because I was told what I did was wrong. Now, the main person I was supposed to apologize to, that's my direct boss, she wasn't in the meeting, and people told her what happened. But before people told her what happened, I had gone to apologize to her, and she didn't even know why I was apologizing. I had to just give her a brief rundown on what transpired when she wasn't around, and she was like, okay, that's fine. Then people went and told her their own versions of the story. And she came to me. She came to me and she said, Chloe, I don't know what you must have said from the different things I've been hearing. I don't know what you must have said, but I know you. People are thinking that we probably have an issue or we are quarreling. That was why you said what you said, but I know you. The Chloe I know will not want to do that to me the way they are saying you spoke about me. I know that what you were saying it because you wanted the kids to be better. You want the school to be better. I know that. But probably the way you put it, you didn't put it well. So that's why it didn't come out the way you were intending to make it come out. But I know you, that the way people saw it was not your intention. What's my point? This is someone that understood me. She understood me. She's the person I supposedly dragged. She was the person that I supposedly trampled upon, my boss. Yet, the same person that I was being crucified for slandering was the same person that came to tell me that she knew me and she knew that I couldn't have done that. Of course, like I said, I apologized, yes, not because I felt I slandered her, no. I apologized because people said I had slandered her. And she told me, she said, I know you came to apologize, but I'm not sure if your apology was because you felt what you did was wrong or because people told you what you did was wrong. And I just laughed. I laughed because she was very correct, spot on that one. I apologized, not because I felt what I had done was wrong, no. The truth is always bitter, I understand that. People will not want to willingly swallow the bitter pill called truth, I understand that. But then, I had to apologize. Because, being mad, people said I had done wrong. And because we live amongst people, they'll tell you, no man is an island. And like my boss would tell me, Chloe, you need to bend a little. I had to bend. I actually went down on my knees, to apologize to all three of them. And she was right. I had done that because people said I had done something wrong. In other words, Kim So-HYUN, like I said, my only error with you is the fact that you lied that you dated her when they said you did. But now people are saying you've done bad. Instead of suing her family, suing the other people that you are suing, please drop the case. Apologize. Let this thing go. It's painful, I know. Time. We soften the blow. Just do right. And the universe has a way of rewarding us. Just do right. Jekyll, Hyde. Guy, live your life as you fit. Oh, I forgot you're not in Nigeria. Jekyll and Hyde. Kim So-HYUN. I know it's not easy. But there is this guy. My guy, LMH. There's this clip he did. It's there on his YouTube channel. Where I cannot remember what he called his clips anyway. But during his conversation with, I think it is, forgotten his name. But during his conversation with this other guy, where people with the same surname, the other guy is Lee Jung-ki or so. Yeah, I think that's his name. During his conversation with the guy, I heard him say something that sank in my head. You know, the guy was saying he was envying LMH and his life, and LMH was like, why? I was like, oh, you're doing what you want. And LMH was like, it is now that he's beginning to want to live his life the way he would love to live his life, as opposed to living his life to please people. I know when you're out there, because of the fans and all of that, there are some things that on a very normal day you wouldn't do, but you're forced to do them because you don't want to disappoint your fans. I get that. But guy, this fame thing is only for a while. After a time, people will not really remember you. Go and ask Sylvester Stallion then. Go and ask them. People will not really remember you. The truth of the matter is, nobody has it all together. Where someone has it good, someone else has it bad. No one has it all together. Know that and have peace. Another thing you need to do to have peace is try to marry your persona and real self together. Try to strike a balance. All of this happened because there was no balance between the Kim So-HYUN the star and the Kim So-HYUN the human. Try to strike a balance. LMH, I think, went and did a restock of himself, a restock of his life, and he decided to do things differently. One, starting with the kind of roles he performs as a star, he decided to select the kind of movies he would like to that are challenging to him, to make us see him in a different light. And I think he's succeeding. Even if I've not watched them, I think he's succeeding because I have been seeing the positive reviews. My point is, take a step back. This has happened. You've lost deals, meaning you've gained time. Take a step back and do a restock of your life, do a restock of your person, and try to find out what really is more important to you. While you're doing that, just know, almost everything you get in this life is vanity. Here today and gone tomorrow. Now, having considered that vanity consists of almost everything in this life, choose what you think is most important to you. For me, there is nothing more important than my peace of mind. You see my peace? There is nothing more important to me than that. So if going down on my knees to apologize to my bosses for a crime they said I committed, while to me I did not commit any crime, if going down on my knees will give me my peace, guy, I will do it, and I did it. I know it's not easy, but it's doable. If I can do it, you can do it. Do you know why? I don't have two heads. I have one, just like you. So if with my one head, I can do it. You too, with your one head, you can also do it. Apologize. Let all of this slide. Count your losses. Stop lying. And let life move on. If there is one thing that is constant in this life, it is change. Today, your news is everywhere. Tomorrow, it's going to be someone else. Guy, let everything go and have peace. Shalom.